because we're being videotaped, you're going to tell me where we're going, and I'm just going to point. Deal? I don't know if that's the right order or not.
Well, we're no say, because I don't know.
Nevertheless, let's take a look at what's happening. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. First of all, you should be able to tell me which is the left and right ventricle. Look how big and beefy that wall is. So now I'm going to come in this way, but I'm inside which chamber right now? Atrium. And I can also get to the right atrium this way. I entered the right atrium via the vena cava. I just entered the right atrium via the inferior vena cava. I'm going to pass from the right atrium into the
Right ventricle.
Via which valve?
Atrial valve.
Keep going, try.
Tricuspid.
Is it?
I'm now going to leave the right atria because I have to go to what other organs?
Lungs.
So I'm going to leave the right atria, which is of course going to be this one. I'm going to head to the lungs through the It's a pulmonary valve.
Oh, it is a valve?
Pulmonary valve.
Oh, I better.
And then, of course, next the pulmonary artery.
Oh, my bad.
Matter of fact, my scissors have just opened up the pulmonary valve, and I'm now in the pulmonary artery. All arteries lead away from the heart, no exceptions. I'm going to head to the lungs. I come back from the lungs and enter which chamber?
Left
Atria. I'm going to get into the left atria via which vessels? Here, let's do it this way. Or we go this way. Pulmonary veins. All veins lead to the heart, no exceptions. So I've now come from the left, the left and right lung into which chamber? What chamber am I in right now?
Left atrium.
Left atria. I'm going to pass into what chamber next?
Left ventricle.
Through which valve?
Bicuspid.
There are two names for that valve.
Mitral valve.
And bicuspid. Bicuspid. I'm now going to exit the left ventricle through which valve? Aortic pulmonary valve. And then I'm going to enter the aorta. Agreed? Now I'm at the aortic arch. What's the first vessel to come off that arch?
Brachiocephalic.
Brachiocephalic. Brachiocephalic splits into where? Into what?
The left subclavian. Yeah.
Right
subclavian.
And right.
And the right common carotid artery.
Right common carotid. The next vessel to come off of the arch of the aorta.
Left.
The next one is the right next to it. Should be the common.
Left
common carotid
Left common
artery.
carotid. And the next and last vessel off of the arch.
Left subclavian.
Let's keep going. We head down the aortic arch. Excuse me, down the arch and down the descending aorta through the chest cavity, right? We go through the diaphragm. What's the first structure we're going to get to? The aorta is now going into the abdomen. What's the first place where the blood has to branch off?
Right and left.
We need to get blood to the liver, the stomach, and the spleen. Celiac trunk. Now we're going to head down a little farther, and we have to get blood to the
Kidneys.
So that's going to be our what? Renal arteries. Then we're going to have the superior mesenteric artery, which is going to supply blood to the small intestine and part of the large intestine. And then the next, yes, which is the colon. And then, of course, the inferior mesenteric artery, right? And then finally, there's a split. We split to where? The iliac.
Iliac left and
Good.
right.
I'm done here.